I found the cheapest gaming laptop for $300 as well as the cheapest gaming PC, and we're going to be seeing which gets the most FPS.
Okay, so first off, we have the $300 gaming laptop, which is definitely the cheapest gaming laptop I've ever bought. And for that price, the specs inside of this laptop are actually surprisingly good. Inside this laptop, we have an RTX 2050 GPU, which is honestly a pretty old GPU for a gaming laptop. I'm pretty sure the RTX 2050 came out all the way back in like 2020 or something, but it is a reason why this laptop is super cheap. The specs inside this $300 gaming laptop are better than the specs inside the $300 gaming PC. We have an RTX 2050, and then for the CPU, we have an AMD Ryzen 5 7535HS, as well as also having a 144 Hz display. But something that's going to be holding this gaming laptop back is this laptop only has 8 gigs of DDR4 RAM. And yeah, if you guys didn't know, having only 8 gigs of RAM inside of a gaming laptop is definitely a huge disadvantage since your performance is just so much worse compared to if you're running 16 gigs of RAM. But obviously, since this gaming laptop was $300, it is expected to be pretty bad, and also having 8 gigs of RAM. But yeah, this gaming laptop is the HP Victus 15, which is a really popular brand for super cheap gaming laptops. Usually the HP Victus line is on sale during Black Fridays, which is when I picked this thing up. So it is a huge reason why it's super cheap, since HP is basically discarding their old models, and this was basically coming from like a 2019 model, something like that. So this is definitely the cheapest gaming laptop. We're gonna be seeing if it's better than the $300 gaming PC. The specs are better, but it is a gaming laptop, which is known for being a lot worse than an actual gaming PC. Okay, so for the $300 gaming PC, this right here is a pre-built gaming PC coming from the company Novatech, and I got this PC for under $300 on Temu. So this is definitely one of the cheapest gaming PCs I've ever bought. And honestly, the specs inside this gaming PC are definitely worse than the gaming laptop, but we do have an actual gaming PC instead of a gaming laptop, so maybe the performance coming from this gaming PC is still better than the gaming laptop, just because this is a gaming PC, which is usually more powerful than gaming laptops. And this PC having the ability to actually overclock for more FPS is definitely an advantage compared to the gaming laptop. But if we go ahead and actually take a look at the specs inside this PC, the specs inside this PC are definitely much older compared to the gaming laptop. Inside this PC, for the graphics card, we have the RX 580. So we do have an AMD graphics card inside this gaming PC, while the cheap gaming laptop has an NVIDIA RTX graphics card. And I'm pretty sure the graphics card inside this gaming PC came out all the way back in 2017, while the graphics card inside the laptop came out only in like 2021. Although both the gaming PC as well as the gaming laptop does have some pretty outdated specs, you guys can see this gaming PC definitely has much older specs inside. For the CPU, we have an Intel i7 Xeon. I'm pretty sure that's like a CPU they put inside like office PCs or whatnot, but this PC does look a lot better compared to the gaming laptop though. You guys can see we have some really nice case fans, which actually have really nice RGB. But if you guys do decide to get a gaming PC over a gaming laptop, especially with this super cheap gaming PC, I mean, you guys can go ahead and upgrade this gaming PC in the future, while the gaming laptop you guys cannot upgrade just because it is a laptop GPU. So the GPU is already like stuck inside of the laptop's motherboard. Like, one upgrade I would do to this PC is definitely upgrading the RAM. We only have 16 gigs of RAM, as you guys can see, and there's another RAM slot right over here where you guys can actually install another stick of RAM. We can go ahead and upgrade this PC to have 32 gigs of RAM, and then obviously you guys can upgrade the CPU and GPU whenever you want. Definitely a lot more flexibility with a gaming PC compared to a gaming laptop, but this is still a very cheap gaming PC for less than $300. Now, if we take a look at the max FPS this $300 gaming laptop could actually get, we're getting a max FPS of about 170 to 180 FPS right now, which for a $300 cheap gaming laptop is definitely really good. You guys can see it's definitely pretty consistent above 144 FPS. So the game is still running really smooth just because the screen's refresh rate is 144 Hz, and we're running well above the FPS needed for the refresh rate. Now, the only disadvantage with this laptop compared to the gaming PC is literally only that this laptop has 8 gigs of RAM. So I'm pretty sure if I go ahead and get into an actual game, having only 8 gigs of RAM will definitely affect the gameplay, since we're honestly just gonna be getting FPS stutters, which is honestly just the biggest issue with this gaming laptop compared to the gaming PC, which has 16 gigs of RAM. And right now, as I'm building, we're only running about 144 FPS now. So I'm literally running at the screen's refresh rate. While still also getting some frame drops. Right now, it's literally running about 125 FPS. And also with this laptop, there's definitely a lot of input delay. You guys can see as I'm building, a lot of stuff isn't registering pretty quickly. Overall, the laptop just feels really, really unresponsive. And although this is a gaming laptop, it almost feels like a office laptop with just like an RTX graphics card inside of it. A ton of frame drops, all that stuff. And we're literally only in creative right now. You guys can see we're running about 130 to 160 FPS. But since there are a ton of builds going on, you guys can see the FPS is dropping down to about like 130 to 144 FPS. And now if you guys take a look at the max FPS this $300 gaming laptop gets in an actual game, right now we're getting only about 90 to 120-ish FPS. You guys can see sometimes it does drop below 100. Oh, what the? It just dropped to like 30 FPS just now. Laptop is definitely pretty good in creative, running a pretty consistent 144 FPS. But once we actually get into an actual game, we are going to be getting a lot more frame drops, and the frames are definitely not as consistent, mostly due to the fact we only have 8 gigs of RAM. We're going to be getting a ton of frame drops. What the? Bro, what is going on? Holy, we were running like 70 FPS, bro. For the most part, this laptop doesn't drop below like 80, 90-ish FPS or so. So I think we should be good right now. We are running 130 FPS right now, so 60. Crack. There's no way. There's no way. Oh my. Oh my. Okay, the laptop right now is running about 130 to 140 FPS. So the FPS increased just a little bit, but once we get into a fight, I'll show you guys, we're just gonna get back the same frame drops. For the most part though, this laptop doesn't overheat, which is definitely a good thing, since most budget gaming laptops, especially the cheaper ones, tend to overheat and they have like really, really loud fan noises. So I'm definitely pretty glad that this laptop isn't one of those super cheap budget gaming laptops. 99. Oh my. I'm getting crazy frame drops. I can't even like edit. So in an actual game, this laptop is gonna be running lower than what we get with the refresh rate. So we're not running a consistent 144 FPS with this laptop. I definitely do not wanna go in tilted. I think the game is gonna run about like 70 FPS if I just walk into tilted, bro. 19. 200, oh my. All right, it looks like we have to pass by tilted. And yeah, I'm pretty sure the FPS is gonna go crazy bad right now. It already is dropping. We're getting about like 80 FPS right now. Nothing too crazy since we're not like all the way in. Honestly, I'm pretty sure the gaming PC will run just a little bit better in an actual game compared to what we're getting right now with this gaming laptop. Just because I'm pretty sure the gaming PC's FPS is at least more consistent and more constant. And I'm pretty sure we should be able to run a higher max FPS as well, even though the specs on the gaming PC are older compared to this gaming laptop. But the PC does have 16 gigs of RAM, so that is a huge difference. Right here. Let's go. Even if there is frame drops, I mean, the laptop is still very, very playable and still very worth it for $300 only. Bro, that guy's one. That guy is so one. 200. We're not even running above 100 FPS anymore, which is kind of weird. Oh. Bro, am I lagging? I'm lagging like crazy. Wait, hold on. The highest I've seen this laptop run was only about like 140 FPS in an actual game, which is definitely really weird. I was definitely expecting a lot higher, but... Crack. $200. What? Damn, hold on. $200, bro, I couldn't see anything. I literally cannot see anything. Crack. Bro! 200, oh my, bro. How am I alive? How am I alive? Hold on. Hold on. How am I alive? I was actually getting some like bad frame drops too. That's the funny part. Bro, I don't even know what to do, bro. I don't even know where I'm at. How am I alive? Bro, what the? Bro, who is this? No, like, who is this kid? Who is this kid? Get me out. Get me out, bro. Wait, where did I die from? Let's move on to the gaming PC now, bro. Now, taking a look at the max FPS the $300 gaming PC could actually get. You guys can see the max FPS is definitely pretty good. We're getting about 280 to 270 FPS right now. So the max FPS coming from the PC is definitely a lot more compared to what we got on the gaming laptop. So we're getting about 100 more FPS compared to what we got on the cheap gaming laptop. But if I go ahead and actually start building, the only bad thing with this gaming PC is that we are definitely getting some frame drops, as you guys can see. Once I literally started building, this thing dropped all the way down to 150 FPS. So we're running pretty consistently 150, 160 FPS right now, which honestly is still more than what we got on the gaming laptop. The PC is definitely running more consistent compared to the gaming laptop. The lowest I seen this PC drop to in creative was only about 140 FPS. But for the most part right now, we are getting 150, 160 consistently. This being a $300 gaming PC is definitely running really good, since we're definitely running pretty consistently at 144 FPS. So anyone with a 144 Hz refresh rate monitor should be able to run Fortnite pretty consistently and very smoothly on this gaming PC. And now if you guys take a look at the max FPS we're getting in an actual game with this $300 gaming PC, it's honestly running pretty close to what we actually got with the cheaper gaming laptop. We're probably just getting about like 10 FPS more than what we got on the laptop, but both the laptop and this gaming PC does get frame drops below 100 FPS, as you guys can see. Randomly, sometimes this thing just drops below 100 FPS for some reason. So yeah, this $300 gaming PC as well as the laptop actually run pretty similar in an actual game. They both run a pretty consistent 140-ish FPS. 200, let's go. Yeah, we're definitely getting frame drops below like 130-ish FPS. But sometimes it does run a pretty consistent 144 FPS, just like the gaming laptop. There's no way. There's no way from that far. What the fuck? This game's not real. This game is not real. I don't even know what just happened. Like, I'm so lost. I don't even know what just happened, bro. There's no way you lost that. There's no way you lost that. All right, we're still running a pretty consistent 130-ish FPS still. Like I said, it does get frame drops, so I do need to be careful which POI I'm deciding to fight at. But for the most part, it's still running pretty consistently right now. Performance is literally almost identical to what we got with the gaming laptop. But sometimes this gaming PC does get a pretty high FPS of 180 FPS, which the gaming laptop does not get. So the gaming PC does have an advantage there with a max higher FPS. But when you actually get into a fight and everything, it really doesn't matter, since the consistency of the FPS from both the PC as well as the gaming laptop are just like almost nearly identical. Literally, bro. Watch this. What the? There's just so much people. What is going on? I'm getting crazy frame drops. I'm not even, oh, we're getting bad frame drops. This thing is dropping down to like 60 FPS right now. What the heck is going on, bro? Bro! 200. Bro, I'm dead. What is going on? Cracked? Bro, there's actually a crazy amount of frame drops, bro. Bro, there's so much frame drop. There's so much frame drops. I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking, bro. We're dropping down to like 60 FPS. Shoot, shoot. 200. Let's go, let's go, let's go. We're alive, we're alive, we're alive. Okay, so the FPS is definitely getting a little bit more consistent. We're getting about 150 FPS. There's only 12 people left, so the frames are definitely a little bit more consistent. Oh, free kill. So the frames are definitely a little bit more consistent, obviously, since there's less people and everything. Oh, what the? 200? I feel like anytime there's like a bunch of builds, the frames actually drop. I'm not even joking, bro. The frames actually drop when there's like too many builds. It's so weird. Like when there's too many builds and there's like a huge fight or anything, it drops down to about like 140, 120-ish FPS. There's no way. 33. Hold it, hold it. There's no way. Oh my, bro. 22? I definitely pissed that guy off. And I have nothing. I have nothing too. Hold on. I gotta get out of here now. Let's go, bro. GG's. I don't want to talk about it.